Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm just going to go over a few things regarding PSX and this update and a bunch of things that people want to know, such as how to get to Pixel World the fastest way and how to basically beat hardcore mode, along with a lot of questions that people have regarding whether or not people hack to get here and everything else. So first off, I just want to talk about basically the Pixel Demon that I have. People want to know, how did I get it? I got it by trading away 12 huge pets, which is a bummer because some of them were good. There were 2 golden festives in that trade, so that was an L for me, but I had to do it for the leaderboard. It doesn't really affect gameplay that much. It can't be enchanted because it's a mythical. The other thing is I received it yesterday, so it's not like I had it the entire playthrough. I don't know how people got there before me. I mean, everybody's going to be skeptical of the first person. Every time I got first place in a game, everybody's skeptical. They want to say I'm hacking or this and that. So I hate to go down that road and say somebody hacked it, but the question was, do I think it's a legitimate pet? I do. Do I think it was gained legitimately? I don't think so. My personal opinion, I think there's a way for people to duplicate pets, and even though the duplication system deletes the duped pets, I want to say that somehow or another they managed to get a strong pet, duplicated it 10 times, fused it, which made a legitimate pet. And they did that all the way up to the Pixel Demon. I don't know if anybody actually made it to Pixel World to do that. I think they just made a bunch of Pixel Demon and then duplicated that a ton of times, made dark matters out of them, and that's how all these dark matter Pixel Demons got into the game. Which, if you look at the leaderboard, just about all 100 people on the leaderboard, they have to have it because they're over like 20 quintillion points or whatever. And if they have any low pets in their inventory, it's going to bring it down. So I can get up to, I think, 51 quintillion, taking me up to first place, because I have over 850 rainbow huge pets. But anytime I put a lower level pet, which I demonstrated in another video, it brings it all the way down to like half. So anybody that's up there basically has to have one of these in inventory, which I don't know how that many would have populated into the game without people taking advantage of the game. The other thing I was going to talk about was the fastest way to get into Pixel Land or beat hardcore mode. The absolute best way is to, as you can see on my server, I have just about everybody friended on my server. I don't know most of them. They're not actual friends. I do it for the friend boost. I think it goes up to a max of 2.8. And once you're there, you actually make a lot of coins. The other main thing you need is every pet in your inventory has to have either Tech Coin 5, Rainbow Coin 5, Coins 5, Fantasy Coin 5. It has to be a Coin 5. If you're running around with a bunch of pets that have Coins 2, then it's not going to be that great. You're still not going to make that much coins. For me, I have enough huge pets where all through the beginning of the game in Fantasyland and half of Tech, I had enough to have 20 huge pets that all had either Coins 5, Tech Coin 5. Fantasy Coin 5, I had 3s to 5s, but I still had huge pets. That is how I got there, and probably why Preston nerfed it. I'm sure there's a lot of people, and if people did legitimately get there before I did, that's more than likely how they did it. They just had the same huge pets. For me, I worked 10 hours a day, so I didn't have all day, every day to grind, and most of the Tech Land requires you to grind on the fodder in the middle of the map instead of grinding on a giant chest, which I didn't have. I wasn't privy to doing that because of my work schedule. But for people to get there 2-3 days before me, I don't see how it happened, because they do have to sleep eventually, even if they're working in teams, because there are time requirements to get through certain areas. For example, even though I had a full team of huge pets in Fantasy Coins 5, it still took over 24 hours to grind on the Heavens chest. It still took over 24 hours to get 4.5 billion coins to get into the tech area, the hacker area in Techland. The quest that you have to do once you're in Techland requires you to collect 50 loot bags, which hardcore mode does not drop loot bags. It's extremely hard to do because the only way you can do it is by getting your free daily gifts, which is every 9 hours, I think, and then once the 9 hours is up, you have to wait 3 additional hours, and it's essentially like a 24-hour thing. So you have to wait an entire 24 hours just to complete the loot bags, which was me all yesterday just waiting for the loot bags, which is how I was able to grind all the tech coins, do the giveaways. I also want to mention the way I'm breaking these boxes. So the game is set up on, I don't know exactly, but let's say a 5-tick system. So whenever you send your pets, it'll hit the box and it'll sit there for like 3 or 4 ticks, and then it'll hit on the 5th tick. However, whenever you send it to a actual coin pile, it'll automatically hit on the 1st tick. So instead of waiting that period, it's kind of like if anybody has ever played RuneScape, there was like a 2-tick method and a 3-tick method. It's cancellation of your first action by initiating another action. So you cancel like tick 2, 3, and 4 by initiating another action, which the pets will go to another coin pile, initiate tick 1, and it'll do damage on that one. So instead of wasting your time with ticks 2 through 4, you just keep doing tick 1, and it'll do the big initial damage on each coin pile. And that's how you can essentially get twice as many coins as you should be. It's not really exploiting, well, depending on your definition of exploiting, but it is using a normal game mechanic to your advantage. So it's not hacking, it's not using a script, it's just how I play, and everybody has the opportunity to do it. It's just, I don't know if the information's out there yet, and I'm just putting it out there, and maybe it'll help some of you out. The next thing you want to do is collect your daily gifts. You want to be in the highest area you can be. You want to be in the correct area. So if I went to Fantasyland and collected it, I'd get fantasy coins, which would be terrible. That was the main reason I was able to complete Techland so fast, because every time I collected the gifts, I waited till the end of Techland. And I did notice there is a difference on when you collect your presents. The further you are in the area, whether you're in the first area, in the third area of a certain map, the third area is going to give you more coins. It's also the same with how strong your strongest pet is, which I know this is going to come back to the demon pixel or whatever, which I already told you I got yesterday, so it didn't really affect me on any of that. And the other part is there's a cap on how strong your pet can be. So I found out that once it reaches about 1 trillion, you no longer get the bonus from the free gifts for how strong your pet is. So there is probably a bunch of hardcore pets in the trade center by now that are over 1 trillion. I've been giving away pets that are close to the 1 trillion mark. So those are out there. I don't know how much they would cost to trade somebody. I haven't really messed around with hardcore pet trading. I'd assume if I traded one of these wolves that I have, that I'd probably easily get like a huge hell rock or two. I'm not entirely sure though. So those are the main ways that you are going to progress faster in the game. Other than that, I hope everyone has a good day, and I will see you in the next one.